When I was a kid, one of my favorite places to go was a place called Rosario Beach. Rosario Beach is in the San Juan Islands. It's one of the most beautiful places on the planet, in my opinion. And I used to go there with my family. And the beach there is not just a typical beach. It's not a sandy beach. It's a rocky beach, little small pebbles, and when the water comes in, it just makes a really cool sound. So as a kid, it was like an adventure land, just running around, playing, and just enjoying the incredible place that God created. Well, one night I was asleep, 8 years old, asleep, all curled up in my bed, and a hand shook me and woke me up. It was my dad. And he said, "Come on, Brian, get up. Get up, let's go." And I said, "Where are we going? It's the middle of the night." He said, "Just come on, get up." So I got up and I stumbled around and put my clothes on and walked out the door into this incredible moonlight. Just silver moon, just lighting up everything. You could see like it was day. The moon was so bright we could see our shadows as we walked. And my dad grabbed my hand and we started to walk down the beach. That's a really special time for me looking back. Just holding my dad's hand, walking down the beach, 8-year-old kid. But that didn't last very long because there was too much to do. I mean, there was logs to run around on, there was rocks to throw and skip, and there was just so much to see. And as an 8-year-old, as you can imagine, I like to talk now, but I really like to talk then. So I ran around just going, "Wow, Dad, look at this, this is incredible!" Skipping rocks, jumping off logs, just doing tricks, everything I could think of, just having a blast running down the beach while my dad just walked quietly behind me, smiling. Well, we got up at the top of this cliff, and I was just looking around and saying, "Man, look at the moon, Dad, look at the stars, this is incredible, look at everything, it's just so awesome, look at the waves, look at this." And my dad said, Brian, come over here and sit on my lap." And so I went over, I sat on my dad's lap, and my dad said, just be quiet for a minute and just look around you. And so I stopped and I just started to look around. I didn't say anything. And just the beauty began to sink in, just how incredible it was to look at everything that God had made for me while sitting in the lap of my Father. And my dad said to me, there's a verse in the Bible, and that verse says, "Be still and know that I am God." And he taught me that day, the importance of just stopping, resting, looking around me, and just seeing all the incredible things that God has made. But in the society that we live in today, in the way that I live my life today, I'm constantly on my iPhone. I'm constantly on Facebook. I've constantly got my computer open. I'm always checking the news, watching television, watching movies, looking at the latest headlines. And I find that very rarely do I take the time to just stop and to just see and just to be still and to let God speak into my life. So that's a challenge to me today. It's a challenge that's going to go on for the rest of my life. And that's my challenge to you today. Are you taking the time to turn off Facebook, to turn off your computer, to put your iPhone aside, to turn off the television, to turn off everything, to go out, to open your eyes, to look up, and to see everything that God has for you? I know that when I take the time to do that, God speaks. I hear His voice speaking to me in ways that I wouldn't hear if I didn't turn those things off, if I didn't take the time to do that. So that's my challenge to you today, is to just go outside, just take some time. Maybe it won't be outside, maybe just in your office or wherever you're at right now, just to stop and just be still. And know that God's God, that He's with you no matter what you're going through, no matter where you're at in life. He's there, He's listening, and He's speaking. And if you stop and you take that time, you'll hear Him, and you'll know He's there, and you'll feel His presence.